Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I've started off the day in the hairdressers bright and early, and as you may or may not have noticed, I've gone for a little bit of a change with my hair. I was just kind of getting a bit bored of the colour blonde that I was going, and I don't know, I wanted to tone it down a little bit. What I was finding was every single time I was like having my hair tied up where my natural colour was, because this colour is my natural colour and I have not a root drag. I basically have lots of highlights put through to blend the blonde with my natural hair colour so that it's a bit more of like a balayage. And I've always liked my natural colour, but if I was to just to completely outgrow it and go completely natural, my hair's very flat in colour and a bit dull. So I've never really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed adding bits of blonde or whatever. But what I was finding recently was I was actually preferring my hair when I was wearing it up, like in a sleek bun, and I was liking my natural hair colour next to my face a lot more. I wasn't enjoying quite how blonde the ends had got, and I think it's easy when you start playing with blonde. Whenever you're in the hairdresser's chair, sometimes you can get not even carried away, but you just get excited and you go, yeah, add some more blonde in, yeah, add blonde in. And the hair colour that I was pre-hairdressers, that was the blondest I've ever been in my life. This is now the darkest that I've been in years, and I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to embrace more of my natural hair colour without losing the different tones, without feeling like I wasn't blonde, but also I didn't want to be a complete brunette. So we opted for this blonde colour, as I'm calling it. I'm calling it my autumn blonde hair. It's not brown, it's not blonde, it's the perfect vibe between the two. So Leanne, who is my hairdresser, who is an absolute magician, basically there's been no bleach, this is all a toner essentially. As you guys know, I have extensions just for a little bit of thickness in my hair, so I am anemic and naturally I have very thin hair because of that, even though technically now I'm out of the anemia phase through diet and general health. I've had anemia since I was a child, didn't know I had it until I was at uni, and that was basically not helping the fact that I already had like naturally thin, fine hair, whatever you want to say, but the anemia made it worse. So although I'm not really in the anemic phase anymore, my hair does still suffer. My hair, I've never had a thick head of hair, and truth be told, probably never will have that at this stage. My hair has definitely got more thick. It has definitely improved over the course of, I'd say, my late 20s, early 30s, 100%. And I would say that is partly down to the fact that I have wore extensions. Some people will have you believe that extensions are damaging to your hair. Correct, they can be. If you have the wrong type of extensions for your hair type, if they are applied incorrectly, negligently, or removed in, you know, a harsh manner, that will definitely take its toll on your hair. I've been wearing extensions, as I said, for thickness for years, and my natural hair underneath is in the best condition it's ever been in. Partly because when you wear extensions, your actual hair isn't actually taking the brunt of a lot of damage that our hair goes through, like heat and things like that. A lot of my hair is actually protected by the extensions, which obviously get changed every few weeks. So if I damage the extensions, well, I'll have new ones anyway. It's not my real hair. But yeah, so I've still got my extensions in. These are actually my blonde extensions, but we put a toner on them and yeah, basically allowed kind of my natural hair colour to just have a moment a little bit, and just so overall the effect is I look a little bit darker. But I really like it, really like it. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's a nice little change. I was, as I said, just starting to get a little bit bored of the blonde, and I've had the same hair now for a few years and I just fancied a little change, and I thought, you know what, if I'm feeling like this now, best to get it out of my system now before I don't want to start playing with my hair too close to my wedding next year, because if something goes wrong or I don't like it and I can't get back to what I like, then I'm screwed. And I want to love my hair on my wedding day, so I thought I want to get this out of my system now and see if, oh, is this my new go-to hair colour? Do I want this colour hair on my wedding day, or am I going to go through this in winter and then come spring I'm going to be like, oh, send me back blonde, I want to be blonde. So we're just going to see. But yeah, so far I am loving it. Anyway, I've got my Stanley. It's honestly as big as my entire torso because I'm still just getting out the other end of this illness that I've had. You guys all know the last couple of vlogs I've mentioned that I've not felt well. I wasn't very well on the way out to New York, and truth be told, I really wasn't well out there. I was really suppressing whatever it was. And you know what? Quite possibly the biggest tragedy about this illness. I spent what, 3-4 days in New York, 3 days in New York, going to some of the most gorgeous restaurants, having some of the most gorgeous food put in front of me. Like, guys, we had dinner in the plaza. That is like bucket list stuff. And I had zero appetite. I wasn't really sharing that side of it when I was out there. I wasn't eating. I was not eating everything, and I know this sounds awful because now I'm making up for it. Now I'm like ravenously hungry. But when I was out there, I could smell all this delicious food, like the truffle fries and oh my gosh, the most incredible food. And it was just repulsing me. It was just, I couldn't bear to stomach it. I was eating like, I was basically eating to survive. I was eating bits. I wasn't fancying any food, which for me, I'm a massive foodie. I really enjoy my food and I love good food, and nothing breaks my heart more than thinking about some of those amazing dishes that were being brought out, and I just couldn't stomach it. Like, I'm picturing the truffle fries in the plaza and I can still smell them. I must have had like 2 chips when I was in there. I really was not well. I could still manage like the filming and everything like that. I just wasn't hungry, and because I wasn't hungry and wasn't able to eat, I was very tired. I was getting exhausted, so I was just tired, run down, and I think that is why I developed a bit of like the flu or cough, cold, whatever this has been. I think that's what has happened essentially. So when I was in Ireland, obviously I wasn't well. I've come home now. I'm feeling a lot better in myself. I'm not as bunged up. I might sound still a little bit on the, you know, not great side, but I feel much better, which is great. I'm trying to just have as many fluids as I can. Bit of an annoying tickly cough that I'm just trying to get rid of. It's just annoying more than anything, and I keep needing to like clear my throat, but nothing clears. It's just really annoying. But yeah, all in all, I am feeling much better, so hopefully order can be restored. By the way, there were some comments on those vlogs which I usually wouldn't address. I know they're not meant me, you know. No, I know the majority of people that comment on my vlogs are very lovely, and I know nothing is commented on. I know people don't mean to be negative or mean-spirited, but a few people were suggesting, saying, oh, I think you're pregnant, oh, you might be pregnant. It's 2025, guys. We're not still asking women that we don't know if they're pregnant, are we? Like, please. I know it wasn't meant with ill will. I know it's probably meant in the nicest way, but guys, let's please don't ask me if I'm pregnant because even if I were, let's just say in my head I know I'm pregnant, that is not how I would announce it. You know, I'm not going to respond to a comment and go, oh, yep, you got me, I sure am. Or I'm not going to go, oh, do you know what? You might be onto something. I'm going to go and take a pregnancy test. Let's just ignore the glasses of champagne that are in the videos. Let's just ignore the fact that I was around that. You know, let's not jump to the assumption that a woman that is ill is pregnant. Guys, I was just ill. We're going into winter. It is not the most outrageous thing in the world that I contracted a cold. So can I just put that out there? I'm not pregnant, okay? I still enjoyed a couple of champagnes in New York despite not feeling well, and I managed a little bit of champagne in Ireland despite not feeling well. But no, I'm not pregnant, and if I am, that is not how I would announce it. And if I were struggling with, let's say, a pregnancy sickness or symptom, I can categorically say 100% the internet wouldn't know. I would not be putting videos out. I would not be showing or speaking about the fact I feel unwell. It's just not the way I would choose to deliver that information, you know? So just wanted to point that out that no, I'm not. But anyway, I thought today, as it's November, we're in November, we know what that means. The countdown is on to Christmas. Now, I have something to talk about in terms of Christmas as well, which I don't know how it's gonna go down. We'll chat about it later on in the video, but I have some news RE Christmas. But today I actually want to start a little bit of Christmas decor shopping because there's a few little bits that I want to get. I'm giving my tree a little bit of a facelift this year. I've had the same decks for a few years. I want to still use those decorations but slightly alternate them, give them a slight facelift. So I thought we could actually go and have a look around the shops at the Christmas bits today because it's November and 'tis the season. Now is the time. Although I've seen people already have their Christmas trees up. Am I just really slow? The beginning of November feels too soon for me. I think do whatever makes you happy. I'm all for that. If you want to put your tree up in July and that makes you happy, so be it. For me personally, in my household, it's slightly too early. I think I'm going to put my tree up the last weekend of November because I think the weekend falls on like the 30th of November and then the 1st of December this year is a Monday. So I'd like to go into December with the Christmas spirit in the house. So that's when I'm going to decorate. So obviously I'm going to film it, so tune in for that video. But yeah, I thought in the run-up I can start shopping around and adding some bits to the Christmas decor loot. So today is miserable, by the way. Today it's raining, it's grey, it's really miserable. So I thought I could either be really boring and do lots of filming work in the house to make up for lost time, but the weather's so dark, the lighting's rubbish, or let's just go out and have a cosy day Christmas shopping. I know what we'd rather do together, guys, so let's go. I think I'm gonna head to my favourite place, Doddington's. I'm gonna head to the farm shop and their home interiors bits because they also every year open what they call Bauble Barn, which is essentially what it says on the tin. It's a barn full of baubles, so I'm gonna go there. I'd also love to go to HomeSense as well and have a little browse, but we're gonna go together, guys, so let's spend the day with me as we start prepping for Christmas. Well, the new hair lasted long, didn't it? Oh my god, I literally just got caught in the biggest, it's still going, the biggest downpour. I've got it on camera. The hair did look nice before I left the house this morning, but that was not a success in terms of what I picked up for the tree that I wanted to give the facelift. I did manage to get some other little bits. It's sod's law, isn't it? I go in knowing what I'm looking for, can't get anything for the tree that I want to kind of do, but I managed to get some bits that I wasn't looking for, but will go lovely on my other tree. So there we go. I'll show you what I picked up shortly. I'm gonna go via, I think I'm gonna go via Costa to HomeSense and grab maybe a toasty. I'm having lunch on the go today, so I might do that and then head over to HomeSense and have a look in there. I'm out. I've already got drowned, so I might as well just carry on. And then we'll do an unboxing when I get home. I've just slowly been looking more and more like I've been drowned as the day goes on. But I've just got out of HomeSense. I can't believe how dark it is today. It's not even that late, but it's just been really dark and gloomy today. Once again, I couldn't manage to find any of what I was actually looking for. I feel like what I'm looking for is going to be more of a garden centre trip. So that'll have to be for another day, I think. Common theme. I did pick up a couple of things, but I'll do a big unboxing when I get home and I have freshened up a little bit. I could also do with grabbing a couple of little bits. I have got dinner already, but I could do with grabbing a little bit of veg. Anyway, I'm going to head home now, so I'll show you what I've bought once I'm home. It is 4:30 and it's dark. 4:30 and it is dark. Ridiculous. Anyway, I've had to pop the lamps on in the living room because it's officially cosy season. When the lamps are on before 5 PM, it is cosy season. So I thought I'd come and sit down in the living room and show you what I bought, because although I didn't manage to get my hands on anything that I actually really wanted to get, I did pick up some nice bits. So I thought we would do a bit of an unboxing together. So, starting with Doddington, which is just they have a really lovely like interiors section there. And as I mentioned earlier, they always open Bauble Barn every single year. And it's just really lovely to go and look around. They always do it really well. I just find it very, very cute. So, in Bauble Barn, I did actually pick up a few new baubles, not for my main tree. So I always have two Christmas trees. I have my Christmas tree in here, which I'd say is my more traditional Christmas tree. It's my red, gold, you know, the traditional tree. And then I have my fun tree, in the other room, which is like the kitchen, dining, kind of snug area in the back. And that's like my woodland animal kind of tree, because out the back here we are really lucky where we live. We have the most gorgeous view overlooking like the fields, and we have sheep at the back, and I just love having that kind of woodland countryside type of tree in there. It's just a complete different vibe to the tree that I have in here. Yeah, I did actually manage to pick up some baubles for that tree, which I wasn't looking for, but it's always nice to add some new ones, isn't it? So I found this little guy, which honestly, so cute. Look at this little bird. How sweet is he? I'm gonna pop him on my tree in there. And then I also grabbed this one. I've got a couple of baubles like this already for that tree, but I saw this one, the little kind of pine coney one, which will go perfectly. And then these, which I know are new. This toadstool. How gorgeous is that? Little rustic toadstool. And then another little toadstool mushroomy type ornament. How cute is that? A little brown, it's actually like really fluffy. Brown fluffy toadstool with a little bit of glitter on the top. How cute! So we've got 4 new baubles for that tree. That tree's done very well so far, considering I wasn't going to be adding in anything to that one, but I couldn't resist. And then I also grabbed some candles as well from Doddington. I always get my sort of candlesticks from there. They're always really well priced, and they have a lot of colours to choose from. But they had these deep, almost like a plum colour, deep burgundy red candlesticks. So I got 4 of these. This will be for my main dining table. I'm thinking for Christmas, maybe Christmas Day, for Christmas Day dinner. So I thought those would be perfect. And I also got 2 of the short stumpier ones for my like hurricane vases. I've got a few hurricane vases, but there's a couple that go on like the shelves in that back room. And last year they remained empty for the whole of Christmas because I forgot to actually put candles in them. So I got 2 in the same colour, this dark deep burgundy. I got 2 of these so that they can sit in there. So very practical purchases as well, but very, very useful nonetheless. Sorry, I just had to quickly change my battery. And then from HomeSense. HomeSense is obviously always really hit and miss, isn't it? But I do just love a little mooch around there to see what they've got. And HomeSense, I'd say HomeSense today wasn't very good for things like baubles. Things like that I wasn't overly impressed with. There wasn't really that much to choose from, but things I really love to get from HomeSense, I'd say top of the list would be dog toys. I always find their dog toys really good, and the dog's favourite toys are always from HomeSense. They just have a really good selection. Obviously candles, I do love the HomeSense candles, and I always really like their like tableware. I think you can get some really good plates, dishes, bowls, tablecloths, things like that I find really good to get from HomeSense because they're always really well priced, and they're always just very unique and very different. And every time I've got something from HomeSense, people are always like, oh my god, where's that from? If you've ever seen, you know, my cabbage tea cups that I drink from, every time I show one of those on Instagram, on YouTube, all the questions are, where is your mug from? HomeSense. And it's just really cute and unique, and those are the kind of bits that I like to get from HomeSense. Speaking of dog toys, I'm such a soft touch. I can't go in there without getting the dogs something. So I did get them a couple of Christmas toys. I'm going to try and keep them a secret. The dogs are in here, but if I don't raise my voice and speak in an overly excited manner, they won't know these are for them. So, staying calm. I did get a couple of dog toys for the dogs. I thought I might give them to the dogs on the day when we decorate the house for Christmas. They can have their first Christmas toy, because I am a weird person. I do get them toys for Christmas as well that I wrap up, but if I'm having a lovely day getting the house ready for Christmas, then they can have a lovely day as well. So I got them mutt wine, which is this one, and then Prosecco, which is this one. So I'm sure they're going to love their new toys that I'm just going to put here and leave there for a moment. They haven't realised, they're both laid down, they haven't clocked, so I'm going to hide them. Anyway, speaking of candles, I picked up a couple because it's HomeSense. I thought this one was actually just beautiful. Oh, there's a mark on the front of it. Is that a fingerprint or? Oh, it does come off. I'll give that a little clean. This one is from a brand called Charming Farmhouse. I've not seen any of their stuff before, but this is balsam and fresh pine, balsamic pine needle, mistletoe and white musk. But honestly, I just thought the actual packaging of this was just so beautiful. How gorgeous is that? And this was £10.99, and it smells, oh my gosh, it just smells like pine, fresh pine, like a fresh forest, and that is my favourite scent at Christmas time. I'm not into like the sweet cinnamony or the overly like orangey fragrances. I don't mind an orange fragrance for the kitchen, but my favourite type of scent to have in the house is definitely a pine scent, 100%, and this just smells, oh, so fresh and just clean. It's beautiful. And then I also grabbed another candle in a very similar scent, this time in this, again, beautiful dark plum kind of burgundy container, holder, whatever. I like the top, very cute lid. This is the Sand and Fog. This is the Balsam and Cedar candle. Again, just that fresh. Well, I was actually doing that then so you could smell. What is wrong with me? My gosh, it's honestly a very similar smell. But you know what? Once you find a smell you like it. And sometimes I think it's nice to have candles that smell similar, because if you've got too many on the go, it's just a bit of an attack on the senses, isn't it? It just causes a headache and it's too much. These, if I want to light both of these together and have a consistent nice smell throughout the house, these two will work really nicely together. And then finally, I picked up a couple of Christmassy tablecloths, because you can never have too many tablecloths. And what we like to do at Christmas, so we will have like sit down dinner on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, where we're all around the table. And although last year I did have a Christmassy tablecloth, it gets dirty after one use and you need to throw it in the wash. So I need a wear and a spare, do you know what I mean? I need one while one's in the wash, and I just thought actually I might pick up a couple more because we love hosting. We'll probably have friends around for dinner in the run up to Christmas, and I won't want to use my Christmas Day tablecloths. So I need a couple of spares, okay? I want to have a nicely dressed table, but I don't want to have to feel precious about rationing when to use my favourite tablecloths. I know, this is like true adulting, isn't it? This is when you know you're an adult, when you're contemplating when to get the best tablecloths out. But there we go. I got from the Ralph Lauren range in HomeSense, I got a couple. So I got this dark green one, which I just think is beautiful. I'll bring you in, you can just see the faint kind of holly motif on it. If I turn it round, you can see, I think that is just gorgeous. I think I might use this for maybe Christmas Eve or Boxing Day. Nice dark green tablecloth for the table. This one feels more like a Christmas Day tablecloth. It's white and gold, it's a little bit more glitzy. As you can see, I love it. Just white with like the gold design on. If I turn it around so you can actually see what it's gonna look like, I think that is gorgeous. I feel like this with like my green napkins, my red candles, this might be a cool Christmas Day tablecloth. So yeah, and I think they're always so reasonably priced. This is $14.99. I've seen some tablecloths that are like 10 times the price of that, over £100. And I just think, you're gonna eat your dinner on it, you're gonna spill wine on it, you're gonna drop your gravy on it. I like a good affordable tablecloth. And I also find these ones, the Ralph Lauren ones from HomeSense, they wash really well as well. And I just don't have to feel overly precious about them. I really, really rate them. So yes, the official first Christmas shop of the year. It feels really, really strange to be saying that, but it's gonna come round quick. But I think I've made a nice little dent in things, although I couldn't get what I wanted. I think these are some nice purchases for the Christmas season. So I'm gonna pop these back in their bags. And then this evening, I am on my own. Andy's down for work, down south. So I think I'm actually gonna run myself a really nice bath because my back and my arms are killing me. I went out with Flicker clean boot hunting yesterday, and I didn't vlog it unfortunately, guys. I did get some GoPro footage, but I didn't have time to vlog like the before and after, so I don't have a vlog on it unfortunately. I will insert some clips maybe in a future vlog from the day, but I haven't even gone through the footage yet. But my God, was that girl strong. She was on form. She was just pulling my arms out the whole way around, and my back is really like a bit sore today. So I think I'm gonna lie in a nice hot bath and get on the sofa and watch something with the puppy dogs. I actually think it might be your dinner time soon. You don't seem to want it, you're just lying there. Huh? Oh, no, you can't come round here because you can't see what's on the floor. You have to wait. I know, you have to wait. You've got to wait a few weeks. When we decorate, I can give you what's down here hiding. I can't. No, you can't have it. You can't have it. Nope. You need to go away now or you're going to ruin your own surprise, okay? You're going to ruin your own surprise. You know those moments. So I'm going to have to crouch down. I've just had a little bath, which was glorious for my bad back. I'm going to step back here. You know when old you know when, no, what am I trying to say? When present you is thanking past you for making such a good decision. Do you know, what is that? Oh, it's the, it's the string from my pyjamas. I was like, what is dangling down? It looks a little bit strange. Let me just tuck that away. These are Skims pyjamas, by the way. These are the ones I rant and rave about all the time. I really love them. I am hoping to receive a pair of Skims pyjamas in another colour for Christmas because I love them. Anyway, I am so grateful to past me because look what I've just found in the fridge. I bought this yesterday morning when I was buying some foodie bits, and I bought this thinking, what a lovely little treat that will be. Oh, look what clever me did. M&S, our best ever chocolate eclairs. If you've not tried these, why not? Because they are incredible. And I bought these thinking, oh, now I've got my appetite back. This with a cup of tea, this is what my body needs. My body needs stodge, it needs cakes, it needs chocolate, it needs cream, it needs the good stuff. It's been a little underfed and neglected for the last couple of weeks. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm so happy with myself right now. I had no intention of having dessert tonight, but now I am. I'm gonna boil that kettle. Bolly, put the kettle on. Come here, put the kettle on. Yes, put the kettle on. Honest to God, I feel like if these dogs had thumbs, they would help me. They would make me cups of tea. Wouldn't you? If I said, Bolly, go put the kettle on, would you do that for me? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Right, I'm going to stick that kettle on because I've got an eclair to enjoy. I'm still kind of trying to get used to seeing me with hair as dark as this. I know to so many people you'll be like, that's not even that dark. I know it's not, but for me, this is like as the most natural colour hair that I've had in years. Like, this is basically my natural hair colour with a bit of blonde in the ends, but I'm kind of loving it, really loving it. Anyway, I'm going to take my makeup off because I feel like I've been wearing makeup for a long time today. I got ready super early this morning. So, you know, you're just dying to just get it off your face. I'm gonna use a bit of micellar water to get the main bulk of the makeup off today because I'm running slightly short on my first cleanser. I don't want to use too much of it, so I'm gonna take the main bulk of my makeup off. With this, anyway, I wanted to chat about something that I know a lot of you will probably be wondering about, and that is Vlogmas this year. I have absolutely loved doing Vlogmas over the last few years. It's been such a special YouTube tradition, and it's honestly one of my favourite things to look back on. Some of my favourite videos have been Vlogmas videos, and I love looking back on some of the memories that I've made from doing Vlogmas. But this year, for 2025, I have decided to not do Vlogmas, or at least not do it in the traditional sense. Like last year, if I'm being completely honest, last year, doing and participating in Vlogmas really did take its toll on me. I had just got my second horse, Humbug had just joined me, we had just got engaged, and life felt so full, but in the best possible way. But I just felt like I really didn't get a chance to live in it, if that makes sense. I just, when we were engaged, I didn't get that whole engagement bubble thing because, everything was about filming, editing, churning out the next video and keeping up with, Vlogmas, and it is intense, it's really intense to do, and everything became revolved around that. Because obviously I didn't know I was going to be getting engaged at that time, and I honestly didn't think I would be getting a second horse at that point either. I'd been looking for a while but hadn't really found anything suitable. So I honestly thought the horse thing was going to be a New Year's, in the new year. So it was a lot. And I just feel like I missed out slightly on having those more kind of quiet personal moments in what was such a big year for me last year. And this year is going to be just as busy, if not more busy. I obviously still have 2 horses, of which I train and compete, and that doesn't kind of take a back burner when Vlogmas is still going on. And with the limited hours of daylight, it's really hard trying to juggle everything. You know, churning out my usual amount of videos is fine, but trying to do 7 a week plus everything else that I'm doing, it's very overwhelming. And obviously, aside from, you know, horses, also I'm doing wedding planning. And although some of you might say, well, that's fun, why don't you include that in Vlogmas and vlog it? Honestly, 99% of wedding planning is me just sat on the laptop. It's really not that fun. It's not like I'm going around venues. It's not like I'm going wedding dress shopping. I'm not doing any of that. We've got the venue. I am in the process of having my dress made, so it's not like I'm going around trying dresses on in shops or anything like that, so it's not something I can really vlog. And also we are starting to really, you know, as I've mentioned various times about the house move, that is still very much ongoing as well, in terms of looking for houses, etc. And I really just want to be present for it all this year. And I just know myself well enough that trying to do 7 uploads a week just isn't realistic at this point in my life. And I don't want to commit to doing it and then do a half-assed job. I don't want to say, yes, I'm doing Vlogmas, and then really struggle and the content is actually not there. I'd rather be able to give you guys 3 really good videos a week rather than 7 that are just fumbled together desperately just because it's Vlogmas and I need to upload something. I hope that makes sense. And I don't want to push through it just for the sake of the tradition of doing Vlogmas if I'm not going to be proud of the content that I'm putting out there. And you know, with all that being said, I'm still going to bring the Christmassy vibes. It's not like I'm not going to do any uploads. I want to try and commit to doing my 3 uploads a week instead of 2, and I'm hoping that the content that I do provide will just be of higher quality rather than quantity. So the videos will still be super festive. I'll still be doing Vlogmasy things, just without the burnout that comes with uploading 7 videos a week. I just want to make sure that there is time for me this year to fully enjoy this time of year and not just be focused on documenting it and not just be focused on doing things for the sake of having content for Vlogmas. I want to just, I want it to be as authentic as possible without showing you too much of the boring stuff that's going on as well. So honestly, I really hope you guys understand my reasonings behind not participating in it this year. And honestly, I think this way the videos will be better. The last thing I want to do is put out content that I'm not proud of at the end of the day. And you know, this isn't saying that I'm never going to do Vlogmas again. It's just not this year. Will I do it next year? Maybe. But this year, yeah, that is my decision. So I hope that hasn't disappointed any of you, and I just hope you guys understand. But also, with saying that as well, let me know if there is anything that you do want to make sure that I film for the Christmassy videos, I'm going to call them, as I'm not doing Vlogmas for the Christmassy videos. Is there something that you saw maybe last year or the year before that you particularly enjoyed and you want me to film again? Or is there any requests that you want, anything that you want to see that you really enjoyed? Let me know and I can definitely make sure I try to include that. But I think with that, I am going to end this vlog here as I'm getting ready for bed now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. First little injection of Christmas, isn't it? Oh my God, I think it's only, I saw the other day, I can't remember how many weeks it said, but how many Fridays it said we've got left until Christmas. But it will soon be here. Oh, but I'm going to end this vlog here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have loved going around and seeing all the Christmassy bits in the stores today. But I'm going to leave this here. So, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.